Jeff Bowen of the football program, and we're here to talk about the 50 guys that have signed with ACU football as of now. I'm sure that number will go up and down, Coach, but, Coach, I know you reach this point in the season where you're doing National Signing Day, and it's been a year process. You're going to football games, you're watching film, you're getting all kinds of hits on, hey, we want to be a program. So kudos to you, Coach, on 50 signing today with ACU football.
Yeah, it was a good day. We have our mid-year guys that came in at the start of the semester, and then the high school guys that are signing today. And it's every coach feels like they have a real good class right now. But we really feel good about this group. I think we address needs across the board. We got longer, faster, bigger, always trying to get better, always trying to take that next jump to become a year in, year out national contender.
Well, you got some big shoes to fill in whatever class that you bring in, because you lose 2 All-Americans and a wide receiver, you lose an All-American lineman, and you actually lose 3 of your 5 starting offensive linemen. So those, I'm sure, were areas that you had to address. And then on the defensive side, you had a first-teamer that I don't think will be back at linebacker. So some big shoes to fill there as well. So let's go ahead and look at the 50. And when you look at them, the numbers that pop off the page to me, 13 from the state of Arizona in the overall 50, counting the 14 already here. And then position-wise, 15 wide receivers. What do those numbers and the rest of the whole signing class, those numbers say to you?
Well, like I said, we address needs. We're a 4-wide fast offense, so we need a boatload of receivers. And the bottom line is we've been a top offense in the country every year that I've been the head coach, except for one. So kids want to come play here. They know we're going to throw it around the field, and so receivers want to be here, quarterbacks want to be here. We're just an explosive offense, so that doesn't surprise me that we signed that many receivers. We're excited about the Arizona kids, because we are, we talk about being Arizona Christian University. Our total number is 16 Arizona guys, so we're excited about that. And we did great nationally. I mean, 8 out of California, 5 out of Texas, 5 out of Florida. So, and then the other states, some singles and doubles. So we did really well nationally. Actually, to be honest with you, better in some spots than I had earlier projected. So we're excited about this recruiting class. I think the coaching staff's ready for a nap.
I would say a nap and a couple days off, probably, Coach. So the 3 states that stood out to me that I found interesting: Alaska, Illinois, Massachusetts. How did those all play out?
We're prestige worldwide. We're going nationally. Our coaches just do a good job communicating with players, and when we bring these kids from out of state in, I mean, we're very honest about what it's going to be like, and we just ask them, you're flying over a lot of schools to be here. What's the draw? What do you want out of your university? And here's what we can provide for you, other than just football. And so we've had great success in recruiting nationally. When you look at the state, 14 states other than Arizona, this isn't our first Alaska kid. It's not our first kid from Illinois. We pull them from Florida, Massachusetts. I mean, we get them from all over. So, again, kudos to the coaching staff. They really worked their tail off this year.
Looks like you did a little recruiting when you were playing some Texas rivals in the SAC conference. A couple guys from Texas as well. So always fun to see where these guys come from. But Massachusetts, that's a whole other side of the country from here.
That one just worked out. God's plan. So and that's our quarterback transfer, Brady Martin. He's on campus now, already doing his thing. We're excited to have him with us. But, yeah, we get them from all over.
So that 50 number we talked about, 14 of them are already here. They are enrolled here in the spring. And then as we have 36 that have come in. So let's focus on the 14 that have come. You already mentioned one quarterback. The 2 quarterbacks that you have in this class, both are already on campus, which gives you an advantage towards them learning your offense and how the scheme's going to work and all of that stuff. So break down the guys that you have. Talk about some key guys from this 14 dudes that are here in the spring.
The 14 guys, we really hit some needs. The quarterback position is always, everyone wants to know who'd you sign a quarterback, especially because we throw the ball so much. We picked up Brady Martin He was a 3-star kid that originally signed with Arkansas State and went in there early, and they had a new staff came in, and things happened like it always does at Division I level, and we ended up with him. So that was a real big pickup. And then a bounce-back kid, Brock Mass, who's actually from Arizona. He was, he went to Liberty High School, and so those are the two quarterbacks we brought in mid-year. A receiver that Coach Cooper's really excited about, Josiah Westbrook. He's a Washington. He was a original 3-star guy that originally signed with Washington State, and then we got a cornerback who originally signed with another 3-star guy who originally signed with USC out of high school, Ja'Carry Godfrey. So we picked up some good guys. I could rattle through each of them. We picked up an offensive lineman bounce back from NAU, Seamus Button, who's another Arizona kid that played at Walden Grove. So we got a few bounce backs that were originally Arizona kids that originally didn't sign with us, but that's nice when they come back. And then we picked up some talent, and I'm excited about the group. Quentin, Russet, Gador. Really shows like what I see on his film as far as a big rangy receiver type of kid, and there's more, and we'll talk more on Monday night on the Storm Report show. But those are the ones that just right here off the top of my head
pop off. According to my numbers, what I could come up with was 8 are from 4-year transfers, 2 or 5 are from 2-year schools, and then there's 27. I'm sorry, that's the wrong number. 8 from 4-year schools, 5, and then the 1 high school kid that's here enrolled this year. That's the makeup of your 14 that are currently on campus, boots on the ground, getting the job done.
Yeah, working, getting ready. We start our spring ball early. We push ours up. We do it a little different, so we're starting at the end of February. So 2 weeks from Monday, we hit the ground running, and those guys are going to be part of it, and that's an advantage for them. They get to learn it here in spring, so they're not coming in cold in the fall.
We're talking with head coach Jeff Bowen, and it is National Signing Day. And for those of you that are watching around the country, thanks for tuning in. And we're excited that you are becoming part of the Firestorm program. And now you talk about the guys coming in the fall. As you transition to those guys, the first thing that strikes you is of the 36 guys, the ones that have signed today, all of them are from the high school ranks that are signed to come in the fall. Yep. Was that done on purpose, Coach?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Our mid-years are always, the JC guys, the bounce backs that are filling our needs, and then we really hit the high school sector, in-state and out-of-state, and that's our focus. And then we let the smoke clear because we all know how the Division I, Division II levels are and stuff with portals and this kid's going here and there, and you let the smoke clear. The bottom line is there's over 1,400 kids sitting in the portal, and they're not all going to get to go where they want to go. So there's going to be some needs that we have that we're going to be able to pick up some of those transfer guys late in the process. So that's kind of the way we're approaching it, and we're excited with the guys we have, and we're going to sign some more high school guys too. So that's just part of the process. We actually have 10 high school guys that have currently committed to us that their paperwork just isn't in yet. So that number is bigger already.
We had talked about a couple number, and you were saying 60 yesterday, and then a couple 9 more. So I knew that the 50 was maybe a little low, but this is the guys that have gotten their paperwork in and taken care of.
Yep.
So it's interesting when you break down the high school kids: 8 from Arizona, and then 4 from California, Texas. Again, must have done some recruiting while you were on a bus somewhere going to play the likes of Wayland Baptist and those guys.
Well, here's the beauty of playing in the Sooner Athletic Conference is because we play in the Midwest. We're playing in Texas and Oklahoma and Arkansas and Louisiana. So we're, when people go, wow, you're getting them from all over the place. Well, if you look at where we play in the center of the United States. So parents look at it like, hey, I can get to some of their away games even though they play in Arizona. The Texas kid that signs with us, mom and dad don't have to leave the state, and they can still come see him play 3 or 4 times, depending on our schedule and where we're playing at, in that area. So that's a big sell point for our kids. We're not playing everybody in Arizona. They're gonna get a chance to play in front of family and friends, even though they're playing for Arizona University.
Correct, and that's fantastic because mom and dad are, as you pointed out, mom and dad have that opportunity. They may see their kid play 5 times, yet they're playing in a school from Arizona. If the travel plays out right, maybe they only have to make 1 or 2 trips to Arizona, and everything else is within 5 or 6 hour drive of them. So that's a great job of heads up. Like, hey, why don't we talk to some of these guys while we're here?
And we've been successful. We're a really good road team, and people see that. We go on the road in Texas, and since I've taken over the program, we've only lost twice in Texas. That kind of stuff. So kids see that. They want to play for a successful program. When they look at the football part, kids always want 3 things. They want their degree, see what they have. They want to feel like it's a culture where they fit in, and they want to win, just like we want to win. So when they look at that, they look at us and they go, well, I can get all 3. I'm 3 for 3 if I attend Arizona Christian.
Coach, anybody you want to highlight that's out of that freshman group that I know one name probably pops in my head that I've heard in the last couple of days that's popped up, but anybody that pops out of that freshman group that you've signed?
We signed some good Arizona kids. We got we signed our number 1 offensive lineman on our board, Mason Cullup, out of Cactus High School, and I think the young man is going to be really special. He's got a lot of talent. He was a couple all-state type player, played in a winning tradition at Cactus where they've played for state titles. They've played in the open division playoffs. He knows what it's like to win high-stakes football games, and he's got a little nasty streak in him. We really like him. And then we got some guys from out of state, some receivers, Fabian Baez from Illinois, one of the Illinois connections, big rangy kid, 6'3"-ish, receiver who can go get it, and it fits what we do. And those type of kids like to want to play in this type of program, And then we really met some needs in the secondary. We got a kid out of Washington, Andrew Youngweso. And I'm probably butchering that name. I'm still working on the pronunciation of that one. And then another quarterback, Quadron Jones, out of Orlando, Florida. A couple of young corners that we think can come in here and compete right away. And then an athlete, Keelan Robinson, out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He's going to come in and compete, and he's just a really good athlete. We're not even sure where we're going to put him yet, to be perfectly honest. And and there's more. I mean, we could sit here and go through all of them and each of their attributes. Bottom line is, we wouldn't have signed them if we didn't think they could come in and make our program better. So it's a heck of a recruiting class.
Well, Coach, there's a lot of people, as you talked about, those 1,400 kids or whatever that are in the portal, and they all still think even though signing days today, they're going to sign Division I, but you're going to get a couple of them back. Mm-hmm. If you were saying something to a kid right now, I know you've recruited all season long, you've recruited all year long, you've been in lots of games, but the concept of the faith, family, future of football, like that's the cornerstone of that's the backbone of your program.
Yep, that's what we do.
If you were selling a kid right now, what would it be?
That's what he would hear.
Okay.
Faith, family, future, football. The Christian aspect of Arizona Christian is what makes us unique. We live our faith. We're bold about our faith. We're going to sing on the field. We're going to pray with you after a game, whether we win or lose, which is, we just do some things, and we're bold about our faith. You hear it around here. We call ourselves Transformation U. Kids come in here, and they grow in their faith wherever they're at, and that's paramount. And we let them know right up front. And to tell you the truth, it's a real big draw for kids and parents. They want that. They want that structure. They want that that ability to grow in their faith wherever they're at. And then the family aspect, even with people that come around our program, they see that all the time. You come out to a game, you see my grandkids, you see coaches' kids, you see older players that play with us that are married and have their families there. We're very family-oriented, so our families travel with us and stuff like that. So the family part is always a big deal, and their future. You're going to get a degree, and we're going to make sure, and the parents like that. Players want to play ball and get the degree. Parents, it's flipped. They want the degree while they get to play ball. So we got to get them up to speed with how we do things with that. But that's what we are. That's what we do. Faith, family, future, football. change men, change the world, and we're Transformation U. That's what we do.
Well, Coach, I know that one of the things that a lot of people also are very interested in, championing character. I'd be remiss, folks, to not talk about that this man sitting to my right is the NAIA Coach of Character Award winner for this year. Anytime I talk about the ASU football program, the first thing I say is the coaching staff is the best in the country to work with, and I don't ever bat an eyelash saying that. You guys are fantastic to work with, so if you're parents out there or you're recruits out there, this guy is a man that you want to play football for. He's going to make you try and get better. He's going to make you try and win. But more importantly, he cares about who you are as a person or where you're going in your future, walking across that stage, getting a degree. And we've talked enough times that I know that you say that's one of your favorite highlights of a season is when you go to graduation and you see those kids walking across the stage with a college diploma. So I just want to say kudos to you, Coach, and all of your staff for what you do.
Appreciate it. Graduation's one of my favorite days, and it was a very humbling award, that kind of thing, because I know it's one coach across the whole country for all sports, and that was very humbling. But it's really our players, Randy Chambers, our spiritual development coach, and my staff is phenomenal. They do a great job. So, I may steer the ship, but there's a lot of guys, that have a huge part in what we do. And we're proud of what we've built here in 8 short years, and it's only going to get better. So, I'm excited about it. I heard a saying the other day from an older coach. He said, I'm closer to the sunset of my career rather than the sunrise, and there's no place I want to be rather than just ACU and ride this thing out and watch this thing grow. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to do it together, and I'm not going anywhere, so I'm looking forward to watching it build.
Well, Coach, again, congratulations on 50 signees today, and I know it's been a much longer process than just today. I mean, we're seeing stuff hit Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff all day long. The number keeps growing and growing. Coach, any final comments as we wrap up the Signing Day 2022 show?
Well, just congratulations to the young men that are here and the young men that have signed with us and given us an opportunity to coach them and help them develop over the next 4 or 5 years. This is a special place, and not just football. The university as a whole, the athletic department. I mean, all you have to do is look and see that there's excellence across the board at ACU. And that's what's really cool. If you're looking for a true competitive edge and a place that's going to give you a chance to be successful in no matter what sport you're doing. ACU is a great place to be, and I just really, truly love being here and excited about what we're going to do on the field next year.
Again, Coach, thanks for your time. National Signing Day, ironically, a weird number when you spell it out, 22222.
Yep.
February 2nd, 2022, National Signing Day. That's Coach Bowen. I'm Tim Gosen. Thanks for joining us on this quick version of a signing day, and Coach Bowen will be on the Storm Report, as he mentioned, on Monday. That will air at 6:30 live from the Tower Grill. We'll probably break down maybe a little bit more in depth and maybe have a couple of pictures here and there along the way for some of these guys. So, again, thanks for your time, Coach, and kudos on a great recruiting class. 50 is a good number. For all of us at Arizona Christian Athletics, you're still looking for that place to play? Here's the place to do it. Talk to Coach Bowen. I'm sure he still can find a way to get you in here. From everybody here, enjoy the rest of your day. National Signing Day signing off. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
Roll Storm.